How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Ethereum update. As you saw by the title, it's on the verge of recovering a major key level of support. The annoying part is that it was lost. So technically, this move back into that area should be a confirmation that it's now resistance and that the downtrend should continue, because this is technically the primary path. But I'm still going to show you in today's update how this flips back bullish, how exactly it can still recover this 3.6k level. Because yes, we can see confirmation that it is now resistance, previously giving wick rejections to the downside, meaning that it's tapping into this area. It doesn't like sticking around there. It's pushing away and going to the upside. Now it's the opposite. It's pushing off of this resistance, trying to head lower. So let's now zoom into the 4-hour time frame and show the exact level of support Ethereum needs to hold to sustain a further altcoin relief rally, because at the moment that's what we've had since Friday last week, where ETH and mainly Bitcoin pivoted off of this low, allowing the altcoins to relief rally. So we can see the confirmation that it is now resistance, but I still think that while ETH is holding above, can you see where it pivoted off here? The 0.618 and 65 fib, 3.2k. I think that in this scenario where it bounced it could have actually come down a lot deeper and still would have seen this rise up to that resistance. So it didn't even manage to tap into the lowest retracement levels, which would have been fine and still would have seen a bullish reversal. So that is why I'm going to stick to this bias that while 3.1k holds, I think that there are still possibilities and the probabilities remain high. While 3.1k holds, that 3.6k could be recovered and flip back in support. Maybe if it wants to dip back down into these levels, a much larger double bottom would form. We see it right now on the 4-hour, but it's not so clear on the daily. Maybe this rejection that we're seeing is to come down in to test these levels once again to truly see if the bulls are there and whether they will actually help ETH force a move back up that recovers this key level that is currently resistance. We need to see this major key level flipped back in support. Why? Because we're spotting that the 200 daily moving average is sitting right there on that level. Of course, taking an average of the last 200 days, you really don't want to get caught in a downtrend underneath this. You could argue that in a bull cycle, when you see ETH under this level, like here to the left previously this year, it's considered undervalued. So we have to hope that in this undervalued area right over here, that it doesn't continue this downtrend, that it actually forms this double bottom and it's a quick deviation underneath this to show that it was pretty much undervalued in that area. You got a good nice buy so long as it double bottoms and recovers 3.6k. Of course, it's just going to keep going lower and lower and lower. If 3.1k does not hold up, these are the exact targets of mine for Ethereum if 3.1k does not hold up. But my bias is that it will, and that 3.6k will be recovered. And hopefully, just like this previous time over here, it would have been a scenario where it was just a deviation. It was undervalued for a moment, and that was a good time to buy. And then there's a recovery of the key 3.6k, which is more specifically the major Fibonacci retracement levels. You really didn't want to lose them in the first place. When it tested 200 EMA here, we actually want to see continuation through this opposite 886, but it doesn't always play out exactly how you want. We have to change and adjust with the times. We had that liquidation event, and when that happened, we actually saw the moving average flip bearish, create bearish crosses, and that's what led to the loss of this key level support. Let's hope it's just like the example to the left, a quick deviation, form a double bottom here to recover this resistance, and of course look to take out this key level so you can target anywhere between 5 to almost 8k. Like, subscribe, comment and share.